Who's the best friend? Who the best friend? It's you the best friend. I said you the best friend. I said you the best friend. You the best friend. You the best friend. I love you. I love you. I love you, best friend. I love you, best friend.
Y'all ever had a friend who just feels more like family? I know I have, and personally, it's never been done before so well as this girl right here, Luciana. OMG. Yeah, she's my best friend, and I just wanted to take a minute to let you guys know some of the amazing things that I've been able to experience through my friendship with Luciana that you could kind of consider as green flags perhaps for friendships for you. Let me know if you have a golden friendship that just kind of sticks with you through the ages. I would love to hear about that. Anyways, so Luciana really came through for me multiple times. I mean, I love that she would drive all the way down here just to help me fix up my house. I mean, we don't even have AC in here, so she has been hot. And then we don't even have heat in here, so she's been cold and painting things, and everything's unfinished, and the guest bed is on the floor. I mean, she can't drink out of the faucet. I forgot to tell her. I was like, girl, you haven't been drinking the water out of the faucet, have you? Because it's just well water, and I haven't even tested it yet. I've just been drinking lots and lots of water bottles every day. So yeah, she's a real champ, you know, and it just feels good to do life with people. And I think even if you've been hurt by friendships before, you shouldn't let that stop you from trying to foster friendships and maintain friendships in your adult life, even though that takes a lot more active effort, because friendships as you get older, you know, you're not, a lot of times not in school with the same people, you're not going to work to see the same people and making friends with them there really, or maybe you just don't see them outside of work. You know, just friendships as an adult is still really important, and there's been so many studies out there. Go ahead, fact check me. People live longer when they maintain friendships with other people, and specifically one study that shows up in my mind when I think about it is a study about how women tend to live longer when they maintain their close friends with other women. And I know the same has got to be true for guys. Like, it's important. Make sure that even though you're maintaining healthy relationships with your spouse, I would hope, also maintain those healthy relationships with your buddies. Reach out to them, check in. You know, I'm so blessed, and I know that doesn't translate to a lot of different people. You might not have found that person yet, but don't let that stop you from going out there and trying to meet new people, or maybe even just stay in contact with the casual friends that you have. Maybe that friendship will grow into being a really deep relationship, and I've had that happen a time or two as well. But just make sure that you're not cutting yourself off for that, not guarding your heart towards that, because it's just so enriching, you know. Having someone that shows up for me and just wants to be a part of whatever I'm doing is such a blessing, and it really just makes me happy. She's shown up at my house before and just done the dishes and helped make dinner, and she's just always there, showing up whatever I've got going on, wanting to be a part of it and laughing with me, and, you know, adding spice to my life with all her wild stories, and her personality just really matches mine. And it's crazy because we've grown up in such different circumstances and at different places in different countries a lot of the times, but we still have so much in common. So even if you're looking for someone that is a friend or can be a good friend to you, and you're like, no, nobody grew up in the middle of Alaska, or nobody knows what I've been through, who cares, man? Just get to know some people and you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised how much they have in common with you. We're all just human flesh with water and minerals all balled up. You know what I mean? So get out there, do the thing. And if you find yourself a Luciano who just comes alongside you and helps you paint a wall until her hands are just covered and she got paint all in her hair and everything and don't even complain, just hold on to that girl, you know? Or guy, hold on to them. And if they also have a name that starts with L, count that as another green flag, because she's so cool, man. Okay, but really, some more amazing things that this girl been up to. I knew she was a real one when, as soon as I told her I was just even a little bit sad, she told me, girl, come on over. And when I was still dating my now husband and he was still in Japan, I hadn't seen him in months and months, and I was in a new place, didn't know anybody. She just let me come crash at her house. I was literally just living with her day by day, and she didn't mind one single bit, didn't bat an eye, never made me feel like I was an inconvenience or a problem. And y'all, you know that that's a lot to ask of somebody. You know, if you've ever gone in and spent some time with your family members and slept on their couches and stuff, we all have that experience of going back home once we're grown and such, and your parents are like, what are you doing here? Or maybe it's your aunt or your uncle or somebody, and you just kind of feel awkward, but she didn't know you would feel awkward because you're thinking, well, I'm family. But she never was like that. It was always very welcoming, and I'm just so grateful for that. It was just something that I knew was an indicator of, man, this friendship is forever. And that's not to say that we've not had falling outs or disagreements about stuff. We have differences of opinion from time to time, but even through those, we always reconcile. And the fact that she's willing to talk to me and really work through things regardless of whether or not we're seeing eye to eye, that's something that's not always found in friendships. And I think that's what was missing in other friendships and why they didn't really continue. But try to be that person for other people as well. I try to be that person where if someone comes to me and they let me know, hey, I did not like that you did that, or I felt disrespected when you said that, something like that. I would like to be the type of person that hears somebody out and then tries to make adjustments moving forward, or, you know, tries to live in community with people in a way where we can just grow and get better together. How embarrassing. You see me do that little jump? I have a stepladder right here. Girl, what? Why was I not just using the stepladder? I could not believe. I'm so silly. Anyways, my best friend introduced me to Korean dramas, y'all. If you've never watched Korean dramas, go ahead, take a minute, watch Queen of Tears, and then watch When Life Gives You Tangerine. Phenomenal shows. I told my best friend, girl, I think I want to go and give birth in South Korea. Whenever I become a mom, that's what I want to do, because they have the best postpartum care centers, and it just seems so nice. And during that difficult time of your body changing and literally bringing a new life into the world, I do not want to deal with anything difficult at all. And so I told her that's what I want to do. I know it's a crazy idea, but I just want to go, and whenever I'm ready to have kids, maybe I'll just try to get a job in South Korea for a year, live in an apartment and stuff, and then whenever we have our kid, then we'll just already be there in South Korea. And she was like, girl, let me know whenever you start doing all of that. I want to come with you. And what? That's so crazy. But my best friend's literally crazy like that. She will just up and come anywhere just because she wants to be a part of it. And she just wants to be a good friend. She just wants to be there for me, whatever that looks like. And I'm so unbelievably grateful. I can't believe I found somebody to be a friend like that. And I hope that everybody gets a chance to experience that crazy kind of friendship, you know. Both of us just really match each other's energy and then make it even crazier. So I hope that I get to be around to be a blessing in her life as well, because I definitely try my best to be there for her in whatever capacity that looks like. But you know, I just want to be there even more. She's such an amazing person, beautiful on the inside and the outside, always doing so much to help others and just trying to be a good person in general. And that's just really beautiful to see. Makes my heart happy. I know this seems random, but my mom likes to adopt and shelter animals who are abandoned or going through rough times. I don't know how, but she always finds animals in all kinds of circumstances and she just rehomes them or she adopts them herself. Well, she has so many dogs right now, and somebody brought over to her a bunch of puppies who were found under a bridge that were starved and just in bad shape, and she was nursing one of them back to health, and she had found other homes for the other ones. And my best friend, when she was visiting me, got to meet my mom for the first time, and as soon as my best friend walked through the door, this little underfed and almost hairless dog comes up to her, and immediately they just kind of bond. And what do you know, my best friend decides to adopt this dog, and now she is a new dog mom. And I think that's so cool because now, I mean, technically it's solid, it's official, we're family for real now, because my mom gave her a dog, and so like we're just intertwined on that level now, I guess. And she renamed her Lola. She's starting to get a little bit more hair on her, and when I say dog, she's a little puppy. She's so cute. I just think it's cool that she's willing to take that leap of faith, my best friend, because she's not always been a big dog person. So I was kind of nervous for her at first, honestly, but she was ready. She was kind of considering doing something like that before, and I guess when she met little Lola, she knew. And when you know, you know. Something I'm really mindful of, though, is how I can make sure that I'm being a good friend to her and to other people as well, and just showing up in a meaningful way for others. And I'd say my biggest shortcoming that I'm aware of anyways, when it comes to showing up as a good friend, is I am the worst at texting people back and getting back on a timely manner. And I wish I could say it is that I never see the messages or that I'm just that busy, but I'm not. I see those messages. But I don't get back to people right away most of the time. And I don't always reach out to people when I think about them. And it's not something that's malicious on my end. It's not like I look at it and I'm like, yeah, whatever, I don't care. It's not like that. Most of the time, it just happens to be that I tell myself I'm going to respond to that message once I find out for sure the answer, or once I check with somebody else about something, or once I finish making dinner or the task that I'm doing at the time, or I'll type out the message and then I'll get distracted and I won't send it. Or sometimes I'll see it and then I'll be thinking about a good response, but it just won't come. And then I'll remember that I haven't messaged them back, and it'll be 3 days or 4 days, and I'll be like, oh, it's just insulting. It's socially inappropriate now for me to respond because it's been too much time. And maybe that's letting like some guilt get in the way of actually my friends, my real friends, Luciana, my family and stuff. They don't actually really care. They're pretty understanding about stuff like that. And I am too. But there have been times where I have not been so understanding, and that's what's really embarrassing too. Not that I've been coming at people like, why didn't you respond to me in 5 minutes? But then there has been a time or two, and I'm embarrassed to say this, but just where people haven't responded to me for a couple weeks, and I'm like, feel like I'm kind of bothering them, so maybe I'll just leave them alone for a little while. But if you have a strong relationship with somebody, I think it's probably good to just reach out anyways. Just send them little, hey, thinking of you, or funny memes, whatever that is. Don't let the lack of response keep you, especially if you're messaging me, because I'm going to try my very best, and I'm going to continue to try to get better in that area, because my best friend, my friends in general, my loved ones, they deserve better. They do. So I'm working on it. My best friend cracks me up too, because if there is an opportunity to hype me up, oh, she's got it. She'll be like, Queen, oh my gosh, slay. You can do nothing wrong. I'll be like, girl, chill. I can do wrong. I am doing stuff wrong currently. She'll be like, no, not in the slightest. One time, when she came to visit me at my new house, I showed her that random bridge that I made when I was like, ooh, cool, chainsaw therapy. And it'd been raining a lot, so we couldn't walk across like we normally can without the bridge. And so we were trying to rely on the bridge, and it was challenging because I did not use any screws to attach the bamboo together. So every piece of bamboo was a little bit more rounded than the other piece. And it was scary getting across that water with the bamboo. But my best friend was like, no, girl, this bridge is beautiful. It is gorgeous. And I'm going to use this bridge. And I'm going to love it. I was like, oh, okay, girl. But I'm scared for you. And I'm scared for me. But she just brings that energy with everything. She's like, no, we've got this. You've got this. And I love her for it. It's always fun. Sometimes it's a little scary because of that, because she'll hype me up and I'll really be feeling it. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I can do anything. And then I'll mess stuff up pretty bad. But nah, get you one of those. That's another green flag, definitely. Somebody that hypes you up all the way. I've made her cakes out of pre-bought little honey bun things with some frosting from the dollar store, and done little makeshift get-together celebrations for her. And she'll still be like, girl, this cake is amazing. I'm going to eat the whole thing. I'm like, you don't have to, girl. I just didn't have time to bake one this time, but I wanted to show you that I appreciate you. And she just always hyping me up. I lived in an apartment for a year that did not have a washer and dryer. Instead, you had to use the laundromat. And so I would use the laundromat sometimes, but the machines were always broken and it was just kind of expensive. I mean, doing laundry every week would be like $20. And when you're a broke girl, that's a lot of money. So I complained to my best friend one time. I was like, girl, I hate the laundromats. They're always broken. They fake me out. I'll think that my clothes are clean, and then I open up the door of the laundry machine and the water is all dirty and it's all filled up, and then the water splashes out on me, and then I'm wet, my clothes are wet, and I don't know how to get it all clean, and just all this stuff, right? I was just ranting. And she was like, girl, why are you using the laundromat? I was like, what do you mean? I don't have a hookup or anything to do laundry inside my apartment. And she said, I have a laundry machine. You know that? And I was like, well, yeah, but I can't use your laundry machine. So why not? Why not? She gave me a whole key to her apartment. I kid you not. She was like, you come over to my apartment and you do laundry anytime you need to, anytime you want to. It don't matter if I'm here or not. I said, girl, you're crazy. How am I do that? I will feel like I'm taking advantage of you. She's like, don't be ridiculous, Elizabeth. Of course you can do that. And I was a broke girl, and I really appreciated it. So yes, I did do that. And I'm telling you, for a whole year, I was going over to her apartment, and she'd be at work a lot of the times, and I would be doing my laundry. And I just I can't believe she really let me do that. That was so fun of her. That was so sweet of her. And some days I would go over to her apartment, and I would feel bad for, doing all my laundry over at her house, even though, of course, she didn't have any begrudgings about it. But I would do her dishes and, clean up her apartment a little bit, tidy up a little bit while I was there. And sometimes I would like cook her some dinner so that she would have something, and leave her a little note. 'Cause like, my girl, she deserves all of that and some. And I love a good opportunity to be able to show up for her as well, And I just think back to things like that, and it just really warms my heart. If you're thinking, wow, she says warms your heart a lot, you're right. And am I going to stop? No, I'm not. When me and Eric got out of the Marine Corps, we did this big road trip from San Antonio, Texas, all the way down to Alabama to visit my family, then all the way to Miami to visit his, then to North Carolina to visit his other family, and so that he could finish processing out of the Marine Corps. And then we went up to New York to visit my brother, then all the way back down to Miami. And from Miami, we flew out to Argentina and stayed with his family in Argentina for a couple months. And while we were doing all that travel and having a good time, we left about a closet full of stuff at Luciana's apartment. And she held all of our stuff for us. And whenever we came back to San Antonio, we were so scared because we hadn't been working for months, and we knew we couldn't get an apartment without paycheck stubs. And so Luciana was like, don't even stress about it. So what we did was we stayed with Luciana in her apartment for a couple weeks, maybe a month or so, actually. And we slept on her couch while we worked full time, trying to get paycheck stubs so that we could get our own place. And again, she didn't make us feel bad one single time. I'm telling you, she just took us in where we were at and made us feel welcome, made us feel like family. And that was so overwhelming at the time because we didn't know what we were going to be doing, and we barely got these jobs to work security at these banks, and we didn't want to ask our families for help. We wanted to try to figure stuff out, but having a friend that we knew we could just lean on a little bit really made a world of difference for us. My best friend is so funny, y'all, because she will have a car light go out, a headlight go out, a tail light go out, and she'll have somebody at work tell her, oh, by the way, did you know that your tail light is out, or blah, blah, blah. And she'll be like, they're so annoying. Like, why'd they wake me up for my nap? And she will not fix it. So it's good that she will tell me stuff like that because, my husband is a mechanic and he can do all the things. I married in good. You know what I mean? He can do all the things. And so I'll just tell him, Luciana's tail light is out. Luciana's headlight is out again. Or this sound has been happening. And he will go ahead and take a look and diagnose and fix or replace the lights and all this stuff. And I just love that we're able to do that for her too because, hey, if I have something, my best friend has it too. And I have a husband who knows how to fix things, so she gets fixer thing perks as well. Yes. And that's just how we do it. And it feels good to be able to help her out in little ways like that. I really wish I could do more for her. If I had $1 million, my best friend would be a millionaire. You know, another thing though that I think that I could do better as a friend is to be there for my best friend and my other friends as well, in a way that really makes them confident and comfortable in knowing that I am not there to shame them or to make them feel bad about where they are or where they are not in any kind of romantic relationship with others, because that is not a judge of their self-worth or anyone's self-worth. And I am blessed and highly favored, extremely grateful to have found a soulmate that is truly like a best friend to me, and I love spending my time with them. My husband is an amazing person, and I never would have guessed that I'd find somebody as caring and amazing as he is that compliments me so well. But I feel like part of things that I could do better is just making my friends who are still in that dating phase of life not feel weird whenever they have different things going on, like, oh, went on this date and he turns out to be real crazy, or, you know, I was dating this guy for a while but this and this happened, so I don't know how I feel about that. I just hope and pray that I can be somebody that is trusted with my friends and my family members, as somebody that is not going to judge them and just wants to love on them in whatever phase they're at in life. And, you know, whatever advice I can offer, I'll offer it. Or if it's just some food I can make for them, I'm gonna make you some food. Or if it's just a hug, I got you a hug. You know, I just want to be there for people and truly love them wherever they're at. And I feel like maybe I've failed in doing that sometimes, because I've had people come to me and say, you know, I just felt ashamed for where I was at in life, and I didn't want to bring that in front of you or to you. And of course I would respect that regardless if someone's not ready to share what they're going through. But I want people to feel comfortable. And so however I can foster that, I want to get better at that. Pray you find that kind of love and friendship in your life as well. In Jesus' name, amen.
Got our nails done at Lowe's.
Ooh, that's the discount. I can't.